Part 48, Advantages and Limitations of Company. A company is an artificial person coming into existence by law with common goals. Company is an artificial, invisible, and intangible person in the eyes of law. Advantages of company. Huge capital fund. A company divides its capital into small fractions. Attraction to purchase more number of share always remain. Because voting right is per share, as a result, company can raise large capital. Company can collect in large volume of financial resources as compared to other forms of business like sole proprietorship, partnership, cooperative society. The capital of company is divided into shares having smaller value. The liability of shareholders are limited to the extent of value of shares. From any corner of the country, one can invest smaller savings into business by purchase of shares. All these factors put together encourage people from different places of the country to invest in shares of the company. And those who are the shareholders, they have a voting right, and their voting right is decided by number of shares they have. Easy transfer of shares. The member of the company can sell shares and get money whenever he desires and can purchase shares as required. Due to easy purchase and sale of share in a recognized stock exchange, although restriction is laid down on the transfer of share of a private company. Whenever investors of public company decides to liquidate their investment for financial needs or invest the fund with a more profitable proposition, they can sell their shares easily. Because of easy transferability of shares, small investors do not hesitate to invest in shares. In private company, on share transfer there is a restriction, but the same is not prohibited. Third one, limited liability of the members. The liability of the members is limited up to the face value of share in company limited by share. In circumstances of liquidation or winding up of a company, they have not to pay more money than the face value of the share. The shareholders of the company are its owners. The shareholders' liability is limited to the extent of the value of shares they have purchased. At the time of liquidation of the firm to repay debt of the company, there is no fear of losing personal assets by the shareholders. As a result, more people come forward to purchase a share. The liability is only up to how much rupees they invested in company by shares. Separate identity and perpetual life. Company has perpetual life due to separate identity and entity from its members by law. The existence of company is not affected even in the circumstance of death, insolvency, insanity of members, or in the case of transfer of shares by members. The company receives the separate identity different from its shareholders through and in the eyes of law. It is an artificial legal person. In case of sole proprietorship and partnership, the existence of business firm get adversely affected by death, insanity, or insolvency of the owner or partner. This is never the case with a company. The shareholders of the company may join or go and retire or leave. The existence of the company is unaffected. Thus, company enjoys long life, hence company can plan long-term projects. Advantages of large scale. Large scale purchase, sale and production are possible for a company. The benefits of large scale production is obtained at a low cost due to large capital fund, modern machineries, expert services, research, etc. Hence, company is considered as an engine of economic growth. Company has advantages like raising huge capital, efficient management, and a large area of operation. According to it, can enjoy benefits of large scale production. Company can avail facilities like large scale purchases, production, sales, use of modern machines, benefit of availing facilities of experts, knowledge and services. Advantages of modern researches. Thus, because of large scale economy with lower cost, large scale production become possible. Hence, speedy economic growth of the country becomes possible. Efficient management. Management of company becomes professional and efficient due to expert services and efficient directors. The management of the company is undertaken by the directors elected by the shareholders. They are representatives of the shareholders. In company, ownership and management are different. Because of that, persons having business and managerial knowledge with ventures ability can be appointed. Due to large scale operations, company can afford to avail service of other experts. Thus, management of the company is efficient as compared to other private units. Democratic management. The company is managed democratically by elected representatives of members called directors. Decisions are taken by the majority in the general meetings of the members. The management of the company is undertaken by the elected representatives of shareholders. The important decisions of the company are taken in the general meeting of the company by majority. If required, shareholders have powers to remove directors in general meeting. Still, however, the voting right is per share. Benefits to society and nation. Public invest their savings in the share, debentures and public deposits of the company. Saving is encouraged. They receive dividend and interest as income on investment. Advantages of large scale production are also available to the society. Employment opportunities increase. Some companies spend a part of profit for the benefits of society like art, garden, school, college, playground, etc. Provides many facilities voluntarily to the employees too. Companies pay crores of rupees to the government by a way of taxes. This amount is also used for the development of the country. Many people find the employment opportunity with the development of company. Certain companies contribute in social welfare activities. Such companies provide best cooperation in developing their local areas of operation where they have their productive setup. It provides economic contribution in various activities like education, art, science, research, and development, sports, medical facilities, gardens, and other public places, etc. Company attracts small savings of the society. It contributes in improving standard of living of the people. The contribution of the company is important in increasing national income and achieving economic growth of the country. Because of company form of business, organization, development and growth of new regions and sectors become possible. Limitations of company. Lengthy and expensive incorporation procedure. The formation procedure of company is lengthy, complicated and expensive in comparison to sole proprietorship and partnership. Company has to submit the document like memorandum, articles before the registrar of companies to obtain the certificate of incorporation. For this, expert services are obtained. In addition to the registration fees to the registrar, experts are to be paid high fees for their services. For the formation of company, very lengthy and complex procedures has to be followed. It takes very much time. Certain documents of the company have to be prepared by experts for which they have to be paid very high fees. For registration of company, also registration fees have to be paid to registrar of companies. Thus, From the time and money viewpoint, the procedure for the formation of company is very lengthy and expensive as compared to partnership and sole proprietorship. Second one, legal restrictions. A company comes into existence by law. Company has to observe legal provisions during its lifetime. The statements, reports, accounts are to be submitted to Register of Companies regularly at a certain time. Some provisions of SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, are to be fulfilled. Company is legal entity. It is creation of law. Very strict government restrictions are there on it. At the time of formation of the company and after that every year certain documents, information and forms are required to be filled with the register of companies. Company has to publish its accounts. If the same is not observed, penalty has to be paid for delay or non-compliance. Along with some provisions of Security Exchange Board of India, SEBIs are to be followed. And because of all these reasons, dynamism of management is hindered or legal restrictions upon the company's function. Third one, increase in administrative expenses. Administrative expenses increases due to high fees to experts, attractive salary of the specialized officers, expenses on research. As company is having large size and directors are not having personal interest in economy of administrative expenses, the same goes very high. Because of the large number of employees, very high salaries of experts, high remuneration of directors and top managers and their prerequisites and allowances, the administrative expenses of the company goes very high and increase in administrative expenses of the company. Autocratic management. Though many rights are entrusted to the members by law, they enjoy nominal power. Due to voting right per share, some person gets control through groupism and impose their desires. They use companies' money, assets, and secret information for their personal interest and selfishness. Shareholders have namesake power in company. As the voting right is per share, certain people make group and control the management. They maintain it for long time. They manage as per their will and desire in autocratic way. Many a time, directors use companies' property and money for their personal gain. Small investors also remain silent and careless for remaining present in the general meeting of the company. Fifth one, difficulty in maintaining secrecy. Company has to get audited compulsorily its final accounts and to furnish to the members and register of companies. Other certain information like redemption of debentures, bonus shares, bonus share also to be published as per law. Thus, it is difficult to maintain secrecy. The accounts of the company and certain other details of business of the company have to be published in shareholders meeting. Questions raised by shareholders have to be answered satisfactorily. Hence, business secrets of the company cannot be maintained. The competitors may use such information against the interest of the company. Sixth one, delay in policy decisions. The consent of members is essential in making policy decision. For this, meeting of the members is to be called. Notice of the meeting is to be furnished to members in advance before certain days. And resolution is to be passed in meeting. For all this, time is wasted and decisions are delayed. Company cannot take fast decisions just like sole proprietorship or partnership. The important decisions are taken in the general meeting of the company by majority and policy decisions are taken in the meeting of the board of directors of the company by majority. In calling such a meeting and discussion, lot of time is lost. Thus, speedy decisions cannot be taken. Less flexibility. Lesser element of flexibility is there in companies form as compared to proprietorship and partnership. A resolution is to be passed in general meeting to make important changes. Approval of central government and a court is required in some circumstances. Changes in any policies of the companies, that is, obey the rules and regulations of the company and procedure of the companies act and as per the consent of the government, state government, and the approval of the central government is required. Any meeting want to call before the prayer time, give the notice after only, and in the general meeting they will agree with the decision, then only can take a and proceed the various activities of the company. So various functioning of company is less flexible compared to other forms of the business. Encouragement to speculation. Artificial changes in the stock market encourage speculation as the directors are acquainted with the secret information of the company. The speculation in share affects the economic interest of small investors. Possibility of speculation. The transfer of shares can very easily be made of companies' shares. As a result, speculation can be made widely in purchase and sale of companies' shares. There is more possibility that small investors' interest may be adversely affected because of speculation. Disadvantages to the society. Society has to become the victim of strike of employees, lockout by employers, etc. Monopolistic evils enter as more importance is given to capital than man. Hence, unequal distribution of income and wealth arises in society. Some disadvantages towards the society also. Society has become the victim of strike of employees, lockout or shutdown of business by employees, etc. Monopolistic evils enter as more importance is given to capital and not considering the man with the proper consideration. In monopolistic and autocratic behavior is in management, it will give importance to capital than man, and some human values is going to neglect, and along with this unequal distribution of income and wealth arises in society. Those who are getting more gain, their income is going to increase, and while the poor person still become the poor only. Unequal distribution of income and wealth arises in society. Some particular groups going to become rich and others they are in still their position. In this part, we studied about advantages and limitations of company.